G'day guys and welcome back to ADOS the Great YouTube channel. So, do I know why I'm reacting to this video? Absolutely not. Should I be reacting to this video? Probably not, because this lovely gentleman who looks like a very happy-go-lucky chap is probably going to piss me off. But we'll be honest here and I'll try and be nice. But I've seen other Aussies do this. I don't think I've ever seen this video though. I might have, I don't know, I can't remember. It's got 3.4 thousand dislikes. Let's go. Let's check it out. See what Tristian, I believe his name is, has to say.
What's good, y'all? Tristan here, and today I'm going to be going over 10 things that Americans, or at least this American, hates about Australia. You know, hate's a little bit of a strong word, but I would say these are things that I dislike, frustrate, or annoy me about Australia. Number one is the sun. So,
How can Australia, my mic's not on, so we're just going to do this, go for broke here. Actually, let's try this again. And we're back. So I do apologise. My niece must have gotten a hold of my microphone and pulled it out of the power. So that's fine. We will continue on here with the sun. The sun is everywhere. Yes, 'tis stronger in Australia. But you can't blame a country for the sun. Let's just be honest here. Let's hear what he's got to say.
yes, even though the same sun they see in Australia is the same sun you see in America, the sun here is different. There is actually a hole in the ozone layer of the atmosphere above Australia, so the sun here is much more strong and it burns you way more quickly than it will anywhere in the
Once again, that's not Australia's fault. But the sun is out to kill you. Have you heard of sunscreen? We use it all the time here. That's why I'm pasty and white. I do go outside sometimes. But that is why I'm still white. Very white, not tan, not red. It's because I put sunscreen on. It protects me from the sun.
States. I don't burn easily. If I go into the sun here for 30 minutes to an hour, like, I'm going to be pink. It's something I can't really explain, but the sun here just feels so much different. Like, you know, if you go outside on a nice, beautiful, like 70-degree day, you walk out into the sun and it just feels warm. It just feels like so great. You don't get that same feeling of warmth here in Australia. Like, you get it, but it's accompanied with the sting. So the extra strong, stinging sun is the first thing that I do not like about Australia. Now, the next thing is more of just a minor inconvenience, but that is you cannot pay for gas at the pump. You actually have to walk inside the gas station to pay for gas.
What? First of all, my friend, it is petrol, not gas. We sell gas at petrol stations, but it's petrol, not gas. Gas is different to petrol. Right? If you're going to live over here in Australia, you're going to say it right. Right? You're going to get used to it. But, yeah, I don't really get why this is an inconvenience for you. Like, until I've been over to the States, I guess, I can see how you guys do it, but why wouldn't you want to go and pay for gas? You know, you got me saying gas. Why wouldn't you want to go and pay for fuel inside? It's great in the petrol industry. There's pies, there's hot box food, there's sandwiches, there's soft drink, there's anything you want, pretty much you can get at an Australian petrol station. It's why you go inside. It's the experience.
This is annoying for two reasons. Is one, I don't want to go all the way into the gas station to pay. Like, it just takes extra time. And two, there's often a line of other people who are paying for the gas or just buying stuff from the gas station. So you have to wait in line to pay for your gas. I don't understand why you just can't pay at the pump like you do in America. I have heard heard that there are a couple gas stations in Australia where you can do that, but it's like, I don't know. I've never seen it since I've been here. And if they do have them, then they're just really rare. Oh, it's also cheaper. For some reason, gas is like a lot more expensive here. Now, my next one, oh, this really frustrates me sometimes. And that is, you cannot turn on red here.
That's because red means stop. What color are stop signs? They're not green, they're red. Why the hell would you be able to turn on a red light? That just does not make sense. But go on.
So in America, you can turn right on at a stoplight. Well, they drive on the left side of the road here, so it'd be like turning left here. Well, you're not allowed to do that. Nothing is more frustrating than being stuck in a red light, knowing that you are perfectly safe to turn left. There are no cars, but you're...
On occasions, you will get a green arrow. Where in the situation he's talking about, there will be, on occasions, a green arrow that will allow you to turn when safe to do so. Well, no, because if it's a green arrow, you can turn regardless. But, yeah.
You're not able to do it. Number 4 is something that doesn't bother me one bit because I don't drink sodas, but it would really piss a lot of Americans off, and that is that there are no free refills. As a bartender, so at the restaurant I worked at, a soft drink was...
I don't drink soft drink either anymore. Quit as of January this year. But he kind of has a point with this one. You know, why aren't there free refills in Australia? I don't really know that. That confuses me. Is it to try and keep obesity down? Because we're not doing a good job of that either. I don't understand why there's no free refills. He's got a point with this one.
It cost $4.50, which is equal to about $3 US. On top of that, like once you put ice in it, it was so small, like it was probably less than half a can of soda that actually went in it. And there are kids who would get like 2 or 3 soft drinks over their meal, and just right there, that would cost the same amount as their meal. So all you Americans out there who like your refills, be thankful that you're in America, because there's pretty much nowhere else in the world that...
For all you Americans that like your healthcare, you might want to move to Australia.
Those free refills like we do. All right, now this one really gets me. This is, of all the things I dislike about Australia, this one, like, I really hate. Like, this is a true hate about Australia. And that is that they have speed cameras everywhere. Like, you cannot speed here. And
first of all, we've all been done for speeding. But why would you want to speed? If you know it's against the law, why speed? It's on you if you get caught. It's the rules here. I'm sure there are speed cameras in America, and if there's not, probably should be. We're not like Germany that has an unlimited speed limit on the Autobahn. We have rules that keep people safe. However, we do have a lot of road accidents, but still, we try and keep people safe.
in Australia. Now you can argue, that like speed cameras keep people safe, like, you shouldn't be speeding anyways, but I guarantee you, if you drive, there's not a single person out there who's never sped in their life. And the speeding cameras here aren't like police in the US where like, they're not going to get you for going 4 miles over the speed limit. Like, once you're getting close to 10, that's when you get a ticket. Here, if you're going 3 kilometers.
No. Unless they've updated it, as far as I'm aware, it's 5 kilometers over the speed limit. And I'm going to agree with the Australian government here, or the Australian police. You should not be going over the speed limit. Yes, 90% of people have done it. I've done it. I've been caught for it. I've paid my fine. I've dealt the consequences. You should not be speeding.
Over the speed limit, which is equal to about 2 miles per hour, you're going to get a ticket. And I just don't think that's reasonable. To me, it seems like a little bit of an overstep from the government to just be like mailing tickets because they like got you on camera. Like, I don't know. I don't like the feeling of being like surveyed everywhere and having cameras all around me. And that's just like one thing that I don't really agree with here. Especially with those speed limits here already being low. That's like another annoying thing is the speed limits here are lower than they are in the States. So if you're going to have slow speed limits and then you're going to get people in trouble from cameras for going 2 miles per hour over, like, I don't know. To me, that just seems a little too strict. So the next thing I don't like about Australia is the Wi-Fi here as a whole.
Oh, okay. No, this video is completely flipped. This I 100% agree with. Oh my God. If I can find it, I will put a little data thing up of where Australia is actually ranked in the world for their Wi-Fi. You will be shocked.
It's just kind of shitty. Like, it's not complete crap, but it's definitely much worse on average than it is in the US. If you go to a typical free Wi-Fi, like cafe, restaurant, I don't know, any typical free Wi-Fi, it's going to be lower quality than what you'd find in the US. But even if you are paying for your own internet and you're paying for the fastest Wi-Fi that you can get, you're still going to have really slow upload speeds.
He's right. He's hit the nail on the head with this one. This one I cannot argue with.
You have to pay extra on top of like whatever you get to have a fast upload speed. As someone who uploads YouTube videos, it usually takes for like a 10-minute YouTube video around like 20 to 30 minutes for it to upload. That's on like my fast internet back home in the US. Here, if I'm trying to upload about a 10-minute YouTube video, it's going to take probably between 5.5 to 7 hours to upload. I don't know why their upload speeds are so slow, and I don't know why you have to pay extra for them, but it gets really frustrating. Like, literally, if I just want to attach like a picture to an email, it's going to take like 20 to 30 seconds for it to load to the email. Or like in the US,
100%. He is 100% right. You know, it takes ages for like a tiny little thing to get to upload to an email. It is ridiculous.
like it's going to happen within like less than 5. And ironically, Australians are like, kind of proud of the fact that they invented the internet, is what they.
Well, apparently we did invent Wi-Fi and the internet, so I'm very proud of that. As an Australian, that's awesome. Sucks we didn't get it right, but
They say like an Australian guy invented the internet. So I don't know why, if you invented the internet, your internet is still so bad. Next one isn't too big of a deal, but it does get a little annoying. And that is, you pretty much always have to pay extra for like any condiments, sauces you want. And it's usually.
all right. He's right. And it's ridiculous. I work at a petrol station over here in Australia, and we charge 40 cents for a tiny little thing of barbecue or tomato sauce. That's ridiculous. You go to a footy game, and it's like $1 for a little thing of sauce. It's highway robbery is what it is. I agree with him again. Once again, I agree.
Usually like quite expensive for some sauce. Like you're going to be paying between like 50 cents and $2 for a little bit of sauce. So yeah, for something that's usually free and included in your meal, that definitely frustrates me about Australia. Now this one is another one that really frustrates me, because this is another thing that I think is just like a kind of like an overstep of the government, and that is that they mandate like it is illegal to ride a bike here without wearing.
Once again, we like to keep our people safe. I've got no issue with wearing a helmet. I think everybody should be made to wear a helmet. It's safe. In all fairness, I think it's a good idea that people wear helmets. I can get why he doesn't like this, and I respect his opinion on that. But have you ever been attacked by a magpie when riding a bike? If your answer is no, then take that helmet off when you're on your bike next time and go under a magpie nest. I guarantee you'll have a helmet full with spikes the next time. I promise you that.
Wearing a helmet. Obviously, it's smart to wear a helmet. No one's doubting that, but I think I should be able to choose whether I wear a helmet or not. Like, I'm an adult. I think most adults should be able to make decisions like that. Additionally, this helmet rule doesn't apply for like skateboarding, like scootering, longboarding, like anything like that. It only applies to bikes. Skateboards are so much more deadly and so much more dangerous than a bike, but you don't need a helmet for them. Like I know more people than I can count on one hand that have gone into a coma or have died from skateboarding, from hitting their head. If you include concussions, I know more people than I could count on two hands that have gotten either a concussion, coma, or died from a skateboard. But a bike, I don't know anyone. Like if you're mountain biking and going on hard trails, you're most likely.
I mean, I don't know really anyone in Australia that's done that, because you know why? They're wearing a helmet, less likely of getting a concussion. Plus, bikes are, which annoys me as well, are on the road. A lot more bikes are on the road than there are scooters and skateboards, just saying. But yeah, he's got a fair point.
Smart enough to put on a helmet and like you can think for yourself. Or if you're just going to go for a stroll around your neighborhood, you're probably not going to put a helmet on, but that's your choice to make. So I don't know, I get a little frustrated by that, but that is just another thing as an American I hate about Australia. I really need to stop using the word hate so much. I don't hate Australia for these things. Like, I freaking love Australia. Like, why do you think I'm here? These are just some ways that I think Australia can improve. How about that? That's a better way to say it. All right. Anyways, next one. Tobacco and cigarettes here are so highly taxed, like insanely taxed. It's going to be like, depending on where you're at, what you're getting, it's going to be like 2 to 3 times more to get tobacco and cigarettes here than it is.
I mean, the government make a hell of a lot of money on this, and that's why it's so expensive. I'd like to say it's, they put the price up to, hope that people won't buy it as much, but yeah, pretty expensive, that's for sure.
Is back in the US. I don't smoke cigarettes, but if you do, a pack of cigarettes here costs between 20 and 35 US dollars. Like, just to give you an idea for how.
Depending on the cigarettes, our cheapest cigarettes, $31.95 Australian dollars. So I think that's about 18 US dollars. So he's on the right track. That's our cheapest pack.
How expensive it is. This last one. So I was struggling. I only had like 8 things that I hated or disliked about Australia. And I reached out to some Australian friends and I asked them one question. I said, what's something you hate about Australia? And they both responded to me with the exact same thing. And that is the damn flies here. The flies, the bugs, whatever you want to call them.
If they live in the city, they cannot complain about the bugs. I grew up in a small country town in central Queensland, Australia, and the flies sucked. They were terrible. There was hundreds and thousands of these bloody flies. You'd be sitting there with your hat, chasing them all day. And there are places in Australia worse than where I was brought up, where I was born and raised. There are a lot more worse places than that. So, yeah, flies suck, but hey, they're not that bad.
Them, like, they are so pesky and annoying here. Like, the bugs in general just kind of like, get in your face, they're annoying, but the flies are aggressive. Like, they are, I can't even explain them. Like, they just attack you when you try to hit them off your face. Like, they just come back, they buzz right around here and you cannot get rid of them. Like, ugh. I wish I could explain the flies here, but they are just a different animal than flies in America. They will not leave you alone. They run into you, they hit you, like they bite you. I forgot that. Yeah, they can. Some of the flies here, there's different types of flies. Some of them can bite.
Okay, so the common fly, the fruit fly, they won't tend to bite you. It's the March fly you got to watch out for. They're pretty bloody big as well. I think most of them probably they're that big. Like to you guys, that might be like fairly small, but in comparison to a fly that's like that, like really small, like you got a fly about that big. This is probably how I should have done it. Regular flies about that. March fly probably about that. Like there's a decent difference. March flies suck. And they bloody hurt when they bite.
Bite you and leave you like itching like a mosquito does. Obviously, I've shared the bad about Australia in this video, but Australia is a great, wonderful place. I think in many ways it is much better than America. And if you want to hear my reasons for why I think Australia is actually better than America, then check out that video right over there. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace. What's good, y'all? Tristan here. And today I'm going to be going over 10 things I think in many ways it is much better than America. And if you want to hear my reasons for why I think Australia is actually better than America.
All right, so if this video does all right, I will react to this next one. 10 reasons Australia is better than America. And I'll see if I agree with him. Other than that though, guys, I think that'll pretty much wrap it up. Let's go through the comments and see what people have to say. Correct. Oh, that's him. Ha, ha, I'm an idiot. That's right. I was going to say, I don't think there's a hole in the ozone layer, but that I agree with. Like, everything was put in place to keep us safe. That's a good point. Very good point. That's true too. Remember that free healthcare system you like? Wearing a helmet eases the load on that. In the 90s, when they made that mandatory, it was linked to so many kids on bikes having horrific brain injuries That is the only thing I take issue with. I'm glad that we are made to wear helmets. And I agree with that. That's a bit harsh. I don't hate Americans. I actually really like Americans. Americans are bloody awesome people. That's yeah. I literally have a shout out to Isaac Butterfield, an Australian comedian. I have one of his stickers on the back of my car, and it says "F cyclists." So yeah, we don't really like cyclists around here, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much going to wrap it up there, though. You know, some things he had to say were fair. I'll give him credit for that, but some I'm like, cannot agree with. At least he didn't say he hated Vegemite, because that would have pissed me off. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. Give me other things to react to. Other top 10 lists you guys want me to see me do. I'm happy to try something different. This is a different video for me, but I enjoyed making it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you all once again. As always, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.